When Jake Fromm took over the reins at Georgia, it seemed like he had it all cooking early on, early starter, great program, playing for a national championship. And yet, when you did the big board, you put him as the 7th best quarterback in this draft. What happened between Fromm's freshman year at Georgia to today where he just didn't develop into the prototypical big-time quarterback prospect that many thought he would?
You hit it on the head there. He's your typical really good college quarterback, right? He's smart. He's not very big. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's a gamer. He's going to win a lot of games in the SEC. With Jake Fromm, I can remember his freshman year. Toward the end of the year, I fired off an idiotic tweet and was like, we might be watching the number one quarterback for 2020 because he looked so good.
A lot of people thought that.
Right, and you kept thinking like, oh, he's only going to get stronger. He might get bigger. This dude is going to take off. He regressed, in my opinion. Like, I was sitting at the SEC championship game this year and just watching him struggle against LSU, and it's like, how is this the same guy that we saw going toe-to-toe with Alabama 3 years ago? It didn't even look like the same quarterback. So my hope is that, he gets somewhere and it's going to be a better fit for him, a better system for him. I still like Jake Fromm. He's probably the smartest quarterback in this class. It's him or Joe Burrow. And so you love that about him, but, man, he didn't make a lot of throws when he needed to. And, the couple of times I saw him live, was really unimpressed with the arm strength. He looked panicked a lot in the pocket. And he's going to have 2 tackles probably drafted tonight in the first round. So it's not like he had a bad offensive line. His running back's going to be drafted in the top 50 picks. Like, they got some talent at Georgia. So it was really confusing to just watch him really consistently struggle against big competition. So that's the danger of, before him it was Josh Rosen. We watched him play against, I think, Virginia his freshman year, and you're like, oh, my God, look at this kid spin the football. He's big, he's smart, he was an Elite 11 All-Star. He's the next big thing. And he never developed. You go back to Christian Hackenberg before that, and I think Jake Fromm's a little bit better than those guys. But, it's just there's a danger in getting too hot on freshman quarterbacks. Even Trevor Lawrence, who is like, probably the next Peyton Manning. He had a little bit of a down slump as a sophomore, and he needs to, God willing, there's football this year. He needs to bounce back a little bit. So you don't want to get in too early on these guys, but at the same time, you kind of have to because you got to be watching them all through the process.